So it's saying I am live. I am live. Just click the start recording button. So I have to go to the just see the doctor today, and I couldn't go to sleep. Well, I tried to sleep and I slept a little, but I was so anxious and depressed yesterday, and I've been having this foreboding sense of doom, like I'm very scared to go. I was thinking, hey, should I go on the car or on the bus? And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Ooh, I bought a subscription to the Sydney Morning Herald, so I can read articles online. I would actually get the actual paper, because I was, when I'm watching Poirot, people are reading newspapers, the actual paper. I'm like, I want to read the actual paper, not online. But I only have the digital subscription at the moment. It's a digital subscription. I don't know. So I'll have to go. It's 55% humid in my room. Oh, I did get my map. I got my map. I was looking through the other map, and it's like Australia is like a very big place. It's like there are a lot of like really nice looking nature type things, and so this is the map, and it's got all this look at all these streets. Look at all these streets. Oh, wait a minute, it's actually bigger than this. It's actually got three maps. This is map. This is map number 2. It's got the Sydney train network here. That's map number 2. This is of the Sydney city. This is a this is a close-up of the central business district, and we open it up. This is a map of the suburbs. It's pretty big. I could it's pretty hard to see here. It's like when we came here, I used to live here in the suburb called Glendinning, and here is Mount Druitt, if you can see it. So we lived next to Struggle Street, this area, and I went to the school called Plumpton, which is here. And then we moved to here. It's called Westmead, and then we moved to this Pendle Hill and Wentworthville. Here's Parramatta, and if you go down here, here's the Sydney CBD is over here. So I live around here. It's about like 30 kilometers from here. And I used to live around here. So I know this area over here. I've gone around back and forth here. But yes, well, there's like there are national parks here. I mean, this is just suburbs surrounding Sydney. This is not even like New South Wales. This is just around Sydney. New South Wales is actually much bigger than this. So apparently, this is a military reserve, Holsworthy Military Reserve. Here's another national park. This is Botany Bay. Wasn't that where Captain Cook landed? Botany Bay. Yeah, so today I have to go from here, go all the way to somewhere around here. Here, I've got to go here. So I got to catch a train from here and go all the way to here. I've actually got to change. Got to change stations, like change trains, because it doesn't go directly. So today's a very humid, hot and humid day with thunderstorms, and I am quite anxious. I'm quite anxious and feel so stressed, like, I don't know. So it's like, and then like, I was thinking, what am I gonna do for a job? I don't wanna, like, I don't wanna, like, it's so difficult. It's like, I can't believe how anxious I was. I was so anxious. I was like, oh, because I gotta go on the train. I haven't been on the train for a while, and so you know, I haven't been on the train, and so I'm a bit anxious about that. Anyway, so I'm just sort of like, what the hell? I'm trying to. Okay. Yeah, I'm just sort of, trying to, like, I have this hard disk which is like 8 terabytes, and I'm trying to put my backups and stuff on it, and so yes, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like really anxious, and I gotta go out. So I was like thinking, hey, I don't know. I was like recently thinking, because I stopped doing camming for a few months. And I was thinking, maybe I'll try and do that. Maybe I'll do it this time a bit more relaxed. Because when I started off, I was like, oh, this is a job. I gotta like do this. And I was like, I gotta be so serious. And I gotta... I really didn't enjoy it, or I was just so stressed out, and just so exhausting. And I don't know, it was like, maybe I will try that. Like for the Sydney Morning Herald, like you can get like even though there's a digital, you can actually, there's this thing called Today's Paper, and if you click that, it gives you like a actual image of the actual paper, which you can, so I like reading that sometimes. Yeah. I read this article called "Computer Says OK Spawns a New Album," about an artificial intelligence creating a album. These artists created this computer program. I'm like, I don't think this is. Yes, so I have to go out. I have to go. Oh, good. Like last time when I was streaming, it was complaining. Your bitrate is very high. We recommend putting a bitrate of 4,500 kilobits per second because mine was 8,000. So I changed it to 4,000, and so far no complaints. I feel like I should make my veggie stew now. Like some, you guys, I gotta hang around people. I gotta talk to people. Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, the reason I wanted to do camming was so I could like make an income at my own schedule. Isn't that the reason why I got into that when I tried it? Yeah, that's right. That'd be so good to make an income out of your own flexible schedule. You gotta shave. I'm tired. Yeah. I got nothing to say. Nothing to say. So I've been basically watching Poirot. I'm at season 3. This current episode seems a bit complicated. Yes, I gotta watch it again. I feel so lazy. I feel like I'm so unmotivated. It's like so tired and lazy, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I feel like I should prepare my veggies too, but I'm like so like tired. When I think about it, I'm like, oh, that just feels so exhausting having to make that. I'm so tired thinking about it. But it would be a good idea to do it. So yes, I got that I'm shaving. Oh, I did get my comb. Finally got it. It's like it's a bit like the wood. It doesn't feel like. I don't know. It doesn't. No, the wood doesn't feel that good. It's like, but it does like kind of. It's like it does sort of massage your scalp. Got all my hair loss. Look at all that hair is gone. Fuck. Really disappointing. I was just thinking like how like when you immigrate to a completely new place, when you don't have like if you don't have if you don't have like a homeland or like your own sort of, you really feel lost. Like being in this country, I'm just coming to realize like how alienated I am. Like I'm so alienated from the people in this country. I'm so alienated from the land. I was just looking at when I was looking at the map, I was thinking, oh, look at all these places. I don't know this country. I don't know these names. I don't know these things. I don't know what Australians are like. I have no like connection to them. Uh, you know, and I was just thinking like, oh man, I just feel so alienated. Like it's almost like it's so painful because it's like you don't have any like connection to like I can't. I'm not even. I don't think I can. Like I'm not even gonna be connected to my to Sri Lanka, for instance. I mean, I never lived there for that long, so I didn't. You know, I lived like the first 5 years of my life were there. I barely remember it. Then for like 10, 11 years I lived in the United Arab Emirates. Moved around, so just and then I came here when I was 16, and I just realized like I mean that kind of experience where you don't feel like you're rooted in a place where you just sort of it's really like I feel so no wonder I feel so lost. I feel so lost because I just don't feel like I have a connection to my country, a community, people. I just feel so lost. And like when I think about like having to talk to like people or to talk to, for instance, Australians, it's like I don't know you. It's like I. It's like, It's like I just feel like, who are you? Who are you people? I don't know anything about you. Um, you know. Yes, I was seeing a Millennial Rose video. And he was talking to Sargon of Akkad, and they were talking about what does it mean to be English. And they were talking about like, oh, English was, it's like a 1,000-year history. It just comes out of the people. It's an attitude, and I'm like, yeah, like I don't have that kind of. With whom do I feel like kind of connected to? Like, I don't know. I just feel. That's another thing I was thinking. Like, the idea that people always complain about immigration is like, oh, it's bad for the country, or like like mass immigration or whatever they want to call it. But it's also like traumatizing to the people who immigrate. Because, I mean, I wouldn't want to be in Sri Lanka because that country it's all messed up. There was all that war and shit, and, that's why we left, because of the war, and, it's like, yeah, I feel very lost because I don't have that kind of connection to land or country or community or people. I just feel like I'm just sort of this wandering expatriate, like this never ending, like I just don't feel like I can, like I have a home, like a mental place of a home. I just don't, like, I don't feel like I belong anywhere, and that's just so painful. It's really so painful to feel like you really don't belong. And that's very depressing. It's very, very depressing. It's like, the more I think about it, the more depressing it is. Because for a long time I've been ignoring that. And now I was like, yeah, I just failed. Yeah, so I guess that's why people like settle in communities, and because for instance where I live, there's like, this is a very multicultural area, and so there might be a lot of Indian people here, and like suburbs next to this, there are some places there are a lot of Vietnamese people, and some places there are a lot of Lebanese people. So like people tend to settle in communities because it is difficult to sort of be in a foreign land or a new country, and it's like it is that experience of being completely sort of confronted with this new place, this different culture. It's like that can be jarring, it can be painful, it can be traumatic. So I guess people tend to group together in order to sort of make it less traumatic, to make it more bearable. I mean, for instance, my mom, she has a friend, she goes to the community, so it's like, she does that, and so I feel like I am, I don't have that. I feel like somewhat cheated because in many ways I am lucky, but I also feel like I wish I wasn't like born where I was born, and I wish I didn't have to go through all these unsettling, like, I didn't know when I was growing up, when I was young, I didn't realize what was happening because I spent most of my time with my family, but my immediate family, and I don't know. All these thoughts are just going through my head. I was looking at the map, and the map is like, I don't know this country. Yeah. So when people are like, so I feel very depressed. I feel like I don't have anything to fight for. I don't feel like I've got anything to. A lot of people are very patriotic and things like that, and I feel like, I don't know, I just, like, for instance, my ethnic group, the group I'm part of in Sri Lanka, is like, oh, they're like, I don't know, there's discrimination, I think, or some kind of tension in that country. I don't feel like fighting for them. I mean, I feel like, yeah, I can relate to them because they're like me, my ethnic group. I share something with them. I can relate to them, yes. And that's another thing. Like, my identity is complicated. It's it's like that's what this. That's what they were having that discussion in that Millennial Wolves and Sargon. It's like. Or someone else, actually, someone else, they were talking about this, the identities of people who are like me, for instance, like, I don't feel like I'm Australian. I mean, yes, I'm an Australian citizen, but, I don't feel like I don't know, am I Sri Lankan, am I Australian, am I, what am I? It's like, I don't feel like I'm a part of Sri Lanka. No, I don't feel like necessarily an Australian. I just feel so fucking like lost. Okay, I just feel like I just don't belong anywhere. It's just so. I don't know. It's just so depressing, and so I feel like I've been cheated. Like life cheated me of something so important. I think for human beings, it's incredibly important to feel like you belong somewhere, because that really, it's a really important experience to feel like you belong. That is very important, and I feel like I don't have that. Like, I'm this perpetual nomad, and it's not like I didn't choose this. I made certain choices, yes, along the way, but that's kind of contradict myself. But I wasn't consciously aware of what was going on. Let's put it that way. It's only like looking back on life, you just sort of gain a perspective and see, yeah, you know. I wish my life was not like this. I wish my life was less complicated. I just want so much to have a normal life. You know, just a normal life. Because it's so hard being so like lost and alienated. That feeling of alienation is just so bad. It's like it's really painful. It's like you're just all by yourself. You can't really relate to anyone. It's just like you can relate to something, but on a very deep level, you just can't relate to people. Yeah, my relation, it's, yeah, I can't relate to anyone on a deep level or, yeah, it's kind of, that creates that sense of isolation, this kind of loneliness. It's like, you just can't relate to anyone. It's just so, and leaves you feeling lost. And it's painful. Anyway, so, was I enough there? I'm gonna go today.